My name is Pascal Chind. I'm a film director and also a screenplay writer. I write films, I direct them, and I also, since last January, I published a graphic novel. That's one part of my artistic life. There's another part which is uh, still artistic but more political. I created a label called Fabrication Humaine, which means created by humans. It's a drama about being on the side of society, being different, and that's what I like for my characters. I like the way they see the world in their own difference from the others. To those people who necessarily at the time have that respect in the society, you give them some sort of importance in the way because you pay attention to what they think and what they feel, and that I found very important. So that's why all of my films and a lot of things I do, like music videos or commercials, you have often that kind of characters. I did lots of films, but there's two films that have been a lot traveling around the world, and it took both films took 2 years to do, from the start to the end. Um, the writing process is not very long, and I'm I'm having the film I wrote at the end, so I'm I'm following really what I'm my ideas, and I'm not just letting go lots of part of my films to do it. I mean, I'm following my thing. But what is very difficult in this business is waiting, always waiting, waiting a phone call, waiting from somebody to do what you ask this person to do, waiting for the money, of course, waiting for the to know if you're able to get this set for the film, waiting for the post production, for the coloring process. That I mean, everything takes so long. I mean, if you get the money, you just say, okay, you do this, you do that, and that's it. But I mean, when you do short films, wow, it takes ages, and sometimes it can be discouraging. When you do short films, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because you gotta get the money, you got to get the persons to do it. You got to get the confidence of the others to work with you, and this is so time and energy consuming that sometimes selections are the payback. They are sometimes the only payback of it. I mean, other than the being proud of doing what you do and the passion of it, but it's really is something to consider as something important to construct yourself and to get the energy to continue to believe in yourself and to believe in what you do. The thing very surprising is that I've got projects that I wrote a long time ago that are getting now, that are getting back now and getting somewhere really. For example, my graphic novel used to be a project for a feature long in 2010. I co-wrote it with the guy who wrote Snowpiercer. With Benjamin, we wrote a treatment for cinema of this story. And then we worked with a Belgian artist called François Keuten, who's a great comic book artist in Europe, very well known. And but the film was such a huge thing. It's the action. It was like a kind of steampunk movie with all the action taking place on a mechanical island. So I mean, it was crazy to do that in France. So we put the project in the drawer, and then during the COVID, uh, I had the idea when we were in the lockdown. I had the idea to write it as a screenplay for comic books, because all of my films, from somewhere to shortcut to whatever, all of my films have I worked with comic book artists, and I thought it was natural for me to try to do a graphic novel because and I knew lots of people in the business, and so I just tried because there's a lots of similarities between comic books and films. So fortunately enough, I had this great publisher called Ankama, who also does video games in France, and we got published the 5th January, last January, and yeah, that's one thing I do, and you can see one special thing in my book here is that I've got the famous label called Fabrication Humaine, which means that this book, this one, could be the first cultural object who's got a special mention saying it has been all made by humans. I created a label, so our project is to inform people of what they will choose and how, and help them to choose the products they want to buy, to look at, to watch, to listen. And if they want to listen or watch an AI algorithm production, that's their choice. I mean, who am I to say, no, it's not good, don't do that? But we think it's important to give them the information. And a big part of the association around it is that we're going to do some I don't know if you say sensibilization or education about the importance of consuming human creation. Would you read a thriller, a 500-page thriller written by an algorithm? I mean, I will not. We think it's better to say made by human than not made by AI because it's less disruptive. It's important for them to know if what they're going to consume is made by human. With the little detail in this thing is that we agree on the people using the label, even if you use AI as a tool, but not creating AI like with prompts. This is not, you cannot use the label. And the thing is, we are not against AI. We like AI, we find AI absolutely extraordinary, but we need to inform people. And I will be very sad if the prediction in the future, production of the writings in the future will be majority artificial. The idea of pushing all the time and never stop to believe in yourself. And maybe one advice I can give is that for the people who are creating really, all those little ideas that are popping like that in a moment or another, those ideas are sometimes very important. they're not just like ideas popping and because you're working on your thing and this is very important and those, no, all of the process has to be taken seriously. And those little ideas, sometimes you've got to be confident enough in yourself to take them here and place them where they got to go and give them um, a lot of importance. On the internet, you've got you write my name, pascalchind.com. So on this website, you can see at least 2 of my films and different things, artistic collaboration. I've got also a special site for the label, fabricationhumaine.org.